There are lines coming off of my head, because, I think I smell, he smells me all the time, so, and this is pretty stinky, and stinky Mindy! He smells it all the time. Joey won't go to bed. He's so upset. He's like stomping around the house, and he was so mad and upset he peed his pants. I didn't think I was supposed to tell you guys that part. Oopsies. Hey, what? Hey, shut up, Joey! You need to tell them that he's breaking the rules and he's not conceding the presidency. It's not time to concede. There's other stuff to do. I wanna play with marbles. So we have a special episode today. I'm sure you know why. Because Zoe's president. How did you let that happen? So it's now Mindy's friend, President of the United States of Everything else here is pretty much the same. It's still Mindy. I still got the stink lines. He still likes to smell my head. Sometimes behind my ears. Sometimes my kneecaps, which I assume they smell bad too. He's been really into kneecaps lately. And the orange man, I finally figured out why they call him the orange man. They're trying to turn him into a peach. That's all they talk about nowadays, is turning him into a peach. That's like the biggest deal ever right now. So yeah, so Joey has been super busy. He has been writing what they call executive orders, and I have it figured out. That is for eating, because he's the president, and you don't just eat regular food when you're president, you have executive food. So that's why he has to write so many. You know, he has to write one for breakfast, and brunch, and lunch, and second lunch, and dinner, and that's why he writes so many. And his friends, the Congress, they usually come in and they talk to him about like what they want for lunch. I assume who wants mayo and who wants Subway and who wants Quiznos. That's what I assume that they talk about. Well, one day he was in a really good mood, and he's like, hey Congress, working is lame. You guys take the day off, go to the beach. And they were like, thanks Joey, we really appreciate that. So they did. They went to the beach. But Joey, I guess he got really hungry, so he just kept writing the executive orders. And he didn't tell anybody, he didn't ask anybody, he didn't say anything, and I guess he's not supposed to do that or something. And some people were like, you know, Congress is the one that's supposed to be responsible for like making sure the lunch orders laws passed for the mayo or whatever. And some people were like, you know, he was the Senate in the Republic for like 35 years in Delaware, which is also like the Death Star, so he should know better. And some people even said that he was Tyrannosaurus Rex, and some people said that he was a dictator, and I don't see what the big deal about either of those are, because I love dinosaurs, and I really love potatoes, and I just don't see what the big deal was. I mean, just so he's written so many, he's a really hungry guy. He's written like, you know, 50 plus, but he's hungry, and he can't just eat donuts all day. He lives in the kitchen. His moms, Jill and Kamala, they live in the bedrooms. He lives in the kitchen because he likes to eat donuts, and then he gets on a sugar high, and then he's like, oh my god, vaccinations! 600 million vaccinations and 300 million. He's like, kapok, 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 kapok. but not to himself, to everybody else. So, yeah, so they took the day off, and the Congress, they were kind of freaking out, but then they weren't, because, he gave them, super presidents and stuff like that. And, I just want you to know you don't even have to worry. He's doing a whole bunch to help the world. Like, one of the most important things that he is doing is, like, that orders is, like, for Pakistan, he's sending tens of millions of dollars to give them gender studies, which I think is really important. My teacher is teaching me gender studies. I'm still learning them, but the only problem is I can't count that high yet. Not yet, but I will soon. I will soon. And me personally, I thought that maybe they could do with some contemporary dance to bring some peace into the middle of the East. But Joey, he knows best, and he said gender studies. So that's what's happening. But I don't want you to worry about Joey. Joey's okay. It's not his money. It's not his money. It's your money. It's your money. And my family's money. And my parents and stuff. And it's just he takes a little bit from each of you, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit from everybody else, and then he sends it to them. But he's okay. He's not like Trump, that is like, this presidential money, I'm too good for it, so I'm not going to take it. I'm going to give it to other people. Joey's not like that. He takes his presidential money for himself, because he's not too good for it. He's like, thank you, America. I love your money. I'll take it. Because he's a good guy. He's the president. Joey! Joey! Yeah, tens of millions of dollars, yeah. So, don't you feel good about yourself now that you did that? You should. You should do it now. Because when Trump was around, you had no reason to feel good about yourself, because you were a horrible person. We were all horrible people. Horrible, horrible people. You were a racist, a sexist, an isist, a essist, a homophobic, transphobic, anaphobic, mechaphobic, battlephobic, D&D, Warcraft playing, first person shooterist, bad person with Trump. But with Joey, it's all love and unity. It's love and unity, love and unity. And why are there still riots? Because they are riots of love and unity exploding out of people's pores. The fires burning are fires of love and unity. And unity. You know how I know that? Because my teachers told me. Because Twitter told me. Because Joey and the politicians told me. And you know what? They don't lie to me. You know how I know they don't lie to me? You know how I know they don't lie to me? Because they told me they don't lie to me. So why would they? So just because, Trump was like, Pakistan terrorism, they beheaded a journalist and they hid some guy named Bin Laden and protected him or whatever, they're mad at it. Maybe if he gave them a little gender studies, they wouldn't be all terroristy. Maybe. That's how we know Joey's such a good guy. And you're already a better person. Don't you feel good about yourself? I feel good about myself. Yep, even though I can't count high enough to figure out how many genders there are, but I'll get there. I will learn. So, now you know that you're horrible. The next thing we're going to talk about, we have so much to talk about now. There's so many things going on. We're going to talk about fracking. And how we got the F word out of the U.S. Get the F out of the U.S. We're going to talk about fracking this and fracking that, and that how you don't have to go to work anymore. You don't have to feel guilty about the fracking. and all sorts of goody things. And I'm going to teach you about some of the things I've learned to go on in Zoe the Mind. So thanks so much, guys, for making him the president. It's just given us so many exciting things to talk about and do. So, you know, frat.